I think I'll just let this one speak for itself. It's called Joseph Was a Stepfather. Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he really didn't like because he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. You see, Joseph was an older man and he did not want a kid. Can you imagine trying to raise one nowadays in Nazareth? And to make matters worse, and much to his surprise, while they are still in courtship, she gets pregnant with this child. They say his real dad was a soldier serving in the Roman guard, and he was killed in mortal combat like a hero with a sword. But Mary claims a spirit made love to her one night. She says the child is really special. She swears he's divine. Yeah, Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he really didn't like because he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. And Joseph, he don't understand all this supernatural stuff, but he married Mary anyway because he thought he found true love. You know, Joseph was a good guy, and he worked really hard down at the cross factory and in the Roman timber yards. Yeah, he was working for the government and getting paid like a slave, but he gave his family everything any father could have gave. His back was always hurting and his muscles tired and sore. Sometimes he was mean to little JC and he made him do his chores. Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he really didn't like because he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. He may have been a little jealous of the way she doted over the lad. He may have felt a little insufficient, not really feeling like his dad. But he tread along and raised him, tried to teach him right from wrong, tried to teach the boy a father's trade, just like he was his own. Made sure the boy combed his hair, and he made him brush his teeth, made him go to school every day, do homework, wash his feet. But despite all his efforts, his intentions to do good, the stepson started running with the worst kids in the hood. Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he really didn't like, but he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. Tax collectors, prostitutes, you should have heard them sailors cuss. Made poor Mary cry so much they thought her face would rut. She always had to bail him out and come to his defense. Joseph didn't want no trouble, but this behavior makes no sense. Doing lots of weird stuff, turning water into wine, claiming he can heal the sick, give sight back to the blind. What kind of person does that? And where do they belong? What could we have done differently? Mary, where did we go wrong? Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he really didn't like because he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. He even ran away once and scared them half to death. They were on vacation downtown Jerusalem. They found him in the temple with the lawyers and the scribes, he was talking about politics and about the afterlife. When they got the boy home, well, Joseph went to fetch a switch. Mary said, "Don't you dare touch him, Joseph, or you'll be in a fix." She said that if you hurt him, it would be more than a sin. He said, "Mary, I don't want no kid. I cannot discipline." Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he really didn't like because he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. Well, Joseph finally passed away, and it turns out he was right. Kid tried to start a revolution and ended up crucified on those same old rugged crosses that his stepfather made. When they took him down, he was so broke, they laid him in a barred grave. But something crazy happened in the middle of the night. The stones rolled away and the criminal took flight. No one really knows what went down because the guards were all asleep, and the sun's not been seen since AD 33. Joseph was a stepfather to a kid he didn't really like because he caused all kinds of problems between Joseph and his wife. Some people say he's coming back, but I don't know just when. But I've been a stepfather. Friend, that is no blessing.